Hi guys, welcome. Thank you, and wow, it's good to be in this red circle. Just because I like to move and I like to dance, I like a favor from you guys to just stand up off the chair. I know it's not normal, but I just want you to have fun and I'll explain to you later why. Because it's a great input for me, and maybe you can just move and have a little bit of eye contact. Behind you, beside you, me, you want to wave, you want to do whatever. It's only for as long as you want, maybe. Let's hit it, guys. Nothing really stops me now because of all the things that I've gone through in my life, and it's not going through anymore because, seeing you guys here being present this morning, it really gives me a lot of faith, and it gives me great energy as well. So I thank you for sharing that with me and having all these interesting, crazy things that I just do impromptu. And just want to share with you the song. I mean, it's not the usually funky exercise morning music to move to, but I think I just like it because a lot of people are discovering that music moves you. Lyrics that you put into the music moves you, and that's how I get to express myself. It's not about how you create just the words, but how it actually moves your body. And I'll just share with you a bit of the lyric. It says in that song, and I'm sure you all know what that song is. It's from the movie called Black Panther. It says, one of it says, which I can't memorize, it says, I just thank you for the life, for the day, for the hours, and another life breathing. It can sound like I'm trying to rap it, but it doesn't work. I did it all because it feels good, better like your life, live your life. We were running out of time. So that spells to me gratitude. That's a lot of things to just think about, how much we are all living here today, and how much I think for myself as a performer, as a dancer. I think that dance now is very therapeutic. It's very important in our research to help people move because it's a form of exercise. It doesn't have to be vigorous, but it's also mentally stimulating for people to look forward to their lives. And that's how I discovered my life on what I really thought I was just good at. But actually I could do better, and it could affect a lot of other lives. And that's why I feel like dance actually chose me when I actually chose dance. Funny story, I never knew I could see myself as a dancer in the future. Because I thought I was always brought up to believe that dance is just a hobby. Correct? I mean, we all just dance for fun. We all like to twerk. But it's just it's a form of expression that we don't realize is actually very important in our lives. And so my parents, bless them, they had so much future in me to see that I could do something better. Not realizing that I actually I had so much more to learn. I grew from understanding what I'm good at. I grew from trying to just be a technically trained performer. I learned a lot of ways to deal with my fears. All my fears was here. So when I actually went to Australia, I didn't have to tell the whole world that I had scoliosis. It was something that I wasn't proud of at all, because to me, every dancer is perfect. In ballet, it's like perfect lines, perfect balance, perfect position. It's all about, who's the best of the best in the class, and how you're going to outshine everyone in the on stage. So I only discovered that later till, only feeling a little bit like it's an excuse in my head that, oh, dancing with a disability of my back is not going to go anywhere much. I could do as much as I can, but if it's starting to hurt or it's not going to be realistic for people to get that, for me to get that perfect stature or position, then, oh yeah, because my back hurts, because I'm very crooked. I may look straight now, but guess what? My x-ray really literally shows a snake. Yeah, even I freaked out and then I cried. So it's just heartbreaking if I start to think about that point of time when it actually hit me, because I failed a lot. I tried to get back up, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what, and I only knew that time was the only thing that I needed to heal myself, to heal my body. Because it was just an issue I had to deal with here. It's all the fears that I learned. And so as I studied in Australia, spoke to a lot of my friends, didn't really speak much as well because of how I was brought up. It's just do what you do, follow and follow. That's what you're supposed to do. I didn't know how to express my opinions. And so I started making little steps that friends of mine did. So my eyes are very sharp in terms of trying to copy people, the good stuff, sometimes not so, but the good stuff really worked. Like for instance, all these things about goals and how you're going to strive and get things, you want to get all A's and things like that. Yeah, it's the same thing in my school, but it's also easy to just not do it. Because my constant schedule is always 8 to 5, 8 to 9 p.m., dance, move, stuck in the studio and we're not allowed to go out. So what I had to do, and what made it more interesting was I tried to test myself. So I would stick a little note near the microwave, stick a note behind my toilet door while I'm sitting down in the morning. Just notes on what you want. Simple questions or goals that says, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make sure Papa doesn't have to pay for this for the next year if I get a scholarship. I'm going to make sure that I want to get the body I want. I'm going to fix my back. I know it's not going to be perfectly straight, but they say that if you do therapeutic work a lot on it, with the doctor's orders, it's going to really improve slightly, which is apparently a very big deal. And I'm going to actually try and, make things a lot more easier for my parents. And one of the things that the epiphany of me discovering how important for me to do this is because one day during winter, I really didn't want to go to school. And I'm sure a lot of you have missed classes before in your life because you just made the wrong decision the night before that, I just don't feel like it. Oh, I got a headache, I cannot go. I need an MC, So that thought was there, and I just, for some strange, miraculous reason, the image of my dad popped out of my head, getting ready for work. Brings it almost to tears every time I think about it, because that is the thing that actually made me want to keep on going. How do I actually keep on going? Because the determination of my parents, working hard every day just to get me into college and to do dance. Can you imagine that? None of my friends who went to Australia studied with me actually did dance. So I took that step to always make sure I place little things. Even when today, sometimes I put in my car, have you actually taken your supplements? I need to stay healthy, because if you want to pursue your dreams, yeah, you can see the bigger picture, but how do you get to that beautiful landscape you want? It's the little small steps you take. You write a list, what you should do, what you could do. Take out the what you could do to be what you should do. And that's what I took and put it all over where I always do my everyday. It's really powerful if you practice it, if you put it into action, if you actually just believe that it's going to work. And it becomes like a routine. Until you reach the point of being right to the middle of this whole target. That, wow, feels great, yes. And because it works, you share it. And because you share it, you know why? Because you see yourself successful, you want to see other people successful. And, and again, I share it with you, it has happened to so many people. And it brings to me so much joy. Because for the longest time, I didn't know that I thought just being good at it, being good at my performance, being great at receiving awards, because, I like the competition, was already not fulfilling enough for me. And so how I really wanted to discover that was also getting depressing. Because I thought achieving these dreams was, great. Achieving that point, yes. Getting funding for a production company to go to New York, wow, best ever. And then after that, what? What is this great cycle that I've created? Where is it going to take me to? I got a little bit confused there, and then totally, really down. And I didn't know who to share it with, because people think I might be crazy. So what are you talking about? You're so good, and be happy. And yes, I think about how grateful I am that I'm alive. And that's when, again, it hit me. Another thing that popped up is how I started talking to people. And of course, again, I'm not comfortable talking to people, so I took some books to read on how to communicate with people. And you met some people who actually are like film directors, actors, performers and all that, because this is my industry that I have diversified, which is what made me even more brave, more, let's try this, by doing more movements and more more understanding of dancing with people of all sorts of ages and disorders. But because they don't have that main job alone to sustain themselves, they also have other voluntary work, or they've co-founded or founded really amazing work that I never thought they do. Humanitarian projects. And because I've had that behind my head, because I know later on only that we've been doing these kind of things, it was only one night that I thought, you know what, I'm not going to talk to people, as in, at that point of time I was really down, I'm just going to go to this event and just check it out and do what people usually do when they volunteer. So I went to my friend's organization, Gary, who runs Street Feeders. That time it was just a small group of people volunteering to do feed. I had no idea how the process goes. So I went alone. I didn't even bother asking my friends, because people think, it's just very random. It was the night before, and then I went to Asasini and met my friend and spoke to him a little bit more as we went through the process of giving food to homeless. And it's hard to explain to you until it has actually gotten you to this point of the darkness of understanding, wow, this is something that I've never done before, and something that's of importance that I could actually relate to what I do, which is dance. How do I actually combine these things, one that I've just found, and find it so inspiring and so helpful, because people need our help. And the thing that I always do, which I teach, I choreograph, I perform, it's just finding that balance, and bam, it was the law of attraction, it was determination, it was the what that I always wanted, it was a goal. It became a goal to finally make work that presses on issues, presses on a lot of things that we always talk about and it's never being done properly. And that's when I saw how people could actually work collaboratively together to create a huge impact, which landed me as a performer, as one of the main people in the group to create a work called Skin. Skin is a human trafficking work. Let me rephrase that. We are actually creating a dance performance that taps into a glimpse of how it's like to be human trafficked. We actually interviewed people from camps, different camps, Putrajaya. We've interviewed refugees from Tenaga Nita organization. I've done all these things with this production company, Victorian College. And it just really, really got me thinking, wow, how much has that developed from where I've just started in the studio? Because your generation right now, it's not the kind that would just enter into a show and sit like this. It would take a lot of hard work for you to come because it was your sister performing, your brother performing, or friends that are competing in a competition. But to be honest, not the general crowd won't really appreciate arts and culture in the conventional way anymore. So what we did was we created a concept out of the box. How do we incorporate a very important awareness and develop the arts and culture embedded into it together? Tough, not easy, a lot of work, a lot of research. But again, like I said, those little steps takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of determination, blood and sweat, knocking on people's doors to ask for funding, to ask for sponsorships. They needed to see a little bit of the work that we've done. So it's a lot of FOC work, which didn't really kill us, because we knew at the end, the bigger picture, the landscape of what we wanted together was very, very important. And now this word skin has actually traveled overseas, globally, and as of today, I came back like 2 days ago, touring in Australia. So what we do is we work with a lot of volunteers because our work consists of working with people, particularly refugees and NGOs, to actually create this work and make it even more impactful through our dance and getting people to audience to participate. So I can't explain to you what it is because I actually have a trailer for you to see and to get a feel of what it is. And we've done it in KL, unfortunately. We don't know whether we can do it in KL again because of the funding constraints. But we are traveling overseas. And this comes back to me why humanity is so important to be raised in every one of you. If you get successful, there is a purpose why you're successful, because that's the time when you think about how you can actually help other people, other humans. All these that you do, all these little things that you're going to do to make yourself successful, it comes back to how you're going to make the world better, realistically. And that is the key that makes you really happy, really satisfied, and very, very grateful. Right? Because that's how I actually work my life around. And it's really, really, again, therapeutic. Dance is very therapeutic. It doesn't matter how you move, as long as you move. I'll end you with a quote by Anton Percy. It goes something like this: human contribution is an essential ingredient. It is only in the giving of oneself to others we can truly live.
You will keep quiet and follow instructions. At any point of time, do not let go.
Quite disturbing. in a good way. It was overwhelming. I feel like a mix of emotions.